Hello, this is Vlad from Crypto Insider, and today I'm going to unbox and review the Ledger Nano S, which is a very nice hardware wallet which I received as a Christmas gift from a friend. And under no circumstance this is a paid review or any kind of featured content. It's just an informative video which I decided to make for Crypto Insider in order to show what you can find within the box which gets delivered to you, but also it's about presenting the functionalities and everything that this little hardware wallet can actually do when you buy it. It's worth $100. It's recommended that you buy it directly from Ledger or one of the official partners such as Casa, which is where I got it from, and I actually have a thank you note from Robert. Whoever you are, Robert from Casa, thank you for writing this thank you note. And after this brief introduction, I'm going to get to the unboxing part, and then I'm going to record the screen and you're going to see how exactly you use the ledger. So here we go. Hi, this is Vlad from Crypto Insider, and today I'm going to review and unbox the Ledger Nano S. It's a very powerful little device which costs about $100, and I got from Casa, and you can see here that I have a thank you note from Robert. Well, thank you for your thank you note, Robert. And as you can see, this is sealed on all sides. I'm going to cut the seal with a very unprofessional tool which I found in the kitchen. So I do not recommend you to try this at home, but we are in the middle of a bear market and I just couldn't afford a proper tool. So I'm going to use scissors to cut this. Okay, I almost cut myself there. This is very tight in here. I should keep it closer to the camera. Okay, now, even though I've left some marks with the scissors right here, I guess the device was not affected by my brutal unboxing method, and I can just open this piece of plastic which can be thrown away. Now you get to see what's inside the box. This is the ledger, and ta-da! This is the device, which is the cornerstone of all this review, and it's the whole point. It's a very competent little piece of software which I really appreciate for one simple reason. It looks a lot like a regular USB device, so this is my 32 gigabytes USB drive. It's one of these regular flash drives which you can find in any retail store, and this is the ledger. And let's assume that you come from a country which outlaws cryptocurrencies and doesn't allow you to take any. So if you want to flee the country and just run away with your crypto, I think it's better to have the kind of device which doesn't stand out and looks like every regular USB drive. And this is one of the reasons why the design of the ledger is somewhat better than the one from the Trezor, even though they have pretty much the same functionality. It's also interesting that you have the vires y numeris, which means power and numbers. Very nice. Has the ledger logo. I should put this away as it's not relevant and it's not the subject of this unboxing. And let's see what else is in the box beyond this wrapping, which I'm going to take away. I guess we have booklets and manuals and cables. This is a welcome note from Ledger. I'm pretty clumsy. So this is the USB cable, which is pretty standard. You have the micro USB port, which goes into the Ledger, and this large one which goes into your computer. As you can see, it's basic USB 2.0, and it doesn't actually need to have high-speed transfers. It just needs to be basic and functional. And this is useful if you want to hang it around your neck for whatever reason. But you know, the ledger can be worn as a fashion accessory, I guess. I haven't tried it, but there's a beginning for everything. And this is also like a keychain, so you can actually attach the ledger to your key, just in case you forget to take your hardware wallet with you, which is not really recommended at all times. But if you want to, you can actually do it, and it's enabled by this accessory by Ledger. Now, this is pretty much it, and I'm going to leave the actual device here, and I will open the instruction manual and see what's inside. What is it that they say? And it says, did you notice? And I'm going to ask, notice what? And you have these cards which give you information. So this is pretty much useless unless you want to keep the cards in one place. Recovery sheet, confidential document. Okay, so this is, so you write down your seed keys, and you're supposed to store it in a safe place so nobody can ever access it. This is actually handy, unless, you know, some of us prefer to have agendas and notebooks where they write their seed keys and private keys, but this is useful if you want to keep it all in one box. And it says right here that there is no anti-tampering sticker on this box, which I guess is a blow towards the approach of Trezor, which uses seals to make sure that there is no tampering with the box. And the approach with which Ledger uses is that you have this software which checks the integrity of the firmware. So it doesn't boot up unless it's fully functional and as it's supposed to be, which is interesting. It's a good approach, which is harder to hack. And the device itself is as simple as can be. You just have, I guess you have two chips inside, one which encrypts and one which stores information. And you have this simple LCD screen, nothing very flashy, nothing to stand out in the crowd. It's just a functional and very useful device that you can use to store your cryptocurrencies. And speaking of storage, you can actually use Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash and Ethereum, Ripple. I think today they added Tezos, and pretty much every ERC20 token and most of privacy coins like Zcash and Monero are actually compatible with the Ledger. So you just connect this to your computer via USB cable, which is provided here. And then you can actually begin the process of moving your coins into this one. Now, the essential question is, why would anyone need this to store cryptocurrencies? And I guess if you're like me, then you need some kind of insurance. You need to feel safe about where you store your coins. And you know how that old saying says that unless you have the keys to the coins, they're not really yours. So it's a bad idea to keep your coins on exchanges, as we see hacks every day. But, you know, sometimes it's the fault of the users and they leave their passwords. But we do see hacks, that's essential. And usually where you have too many Bitcoins stored all in one place, you're going to have attackers who are going to chase that honeypot. And this little piece of hardware actually gives you the autonomy and the power to hold the cryptocurrencies on your own. And it gives you access to them at all times. You can actually trade and add more crypto on it. You don't actually have to buy, like it's usually recommended to buy an old computer and never connect it to the internet. You wipe it and you just put your private keys in there and never ever connect to the internet. It's a bad idea to use mobile wallets, as there are high chances that you find malware on them, especially I guess with Android, as it's open source, and I guess a lot of applications that you find in Google Play are not properly reviewed. So unless you have very good security on your devices which are connected to the internet, it's a bad idea to store your cryptocurrencies on them. And this is where devices like the Ledger and the Trezor come in handy. And I guess they also have alternatives, but they are the best known in the business. And the list of cryptocurrencies consists of almost 1,200 coin names. And that's insane. If I were to grab my phone and read all of them, I guess the video would be 3 times as long, and it wouldn't really serve its purpose. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this unboxing, and the next section will actually focus on reviewing the functions, which will involve transferring Bitcoin into this ledger. And as a security measure, I will keep this in a very special place, which I will not reveal. So I'll see you in the second part of the video. So now that we did the unboxing, it's time to grab the instruction cards, which you can find in the box. and you grab the one which is appropriate for getting started. And it says that you should go to start.ledger.com. Now I'm going to record the screen and talk, and I guess also the next step is to grab the cable, connect it to the USB port, and then it's always on the wrong side, isn't it? And then plug this in and see how it works. So it says welcome. Press both buttons to begin. I'm going to go to the website, which is start.ledger.com, and see where I go from there. Step in order to... Alright, so the next step in order to make your Ledger hardware wallet useful is to get on the ledger.com website, and this is the Ledger Live application which you have to download for the operating system that you're using. And in here you can actually see that you have 1180 assets, 1180, and it's impressive how you have pretty much every ERC20 token that you can think about. I hope this loads faster. So you have Stellar, Litecoin, Tron, IOTA, Binance Coin, Monero, Dash, Neo, Ethereum Classic, Maker, Tezos, Waves, Ontology, Ames Go, you name it. Have you ever heard of Block V? I haven't, but it's still here. There are so many coins which you can store in this wallet, so I guess this is one of the major selling points. But now let's focus on our quest right here, which is to make the Ledger wallet work on my computer. So I have to download the software on the desktop, and now you know what kind of stuff I store. If you pause, the download shouldn't take too much. My internet connection is usually faster than this, but I guess I can speed up this process in the video so you don't have to watch all this. So there is a piece of software which you have to install to make the small device work, and we're going to walk through every step. Okay, so I drag and drop this. I'm using a Mac. I guess it's a lot easier on... Okay, it's a lot easier on a Windows PC. You don't have to bother so much. And I'm looking for the Ledger Live app, which is this one. I launch it. Are you sure you want to open it? Okay, Apple, you have to actually take notes and whitelist ledger.com as one of the legit applications which can be installed on your Mac device. And then we get this friendly welcome screen. We get started. Initialize as new device, restore device from recovery phase, use an initialize, sorry, and don't have a Ledger device. So yeah, I guess this is for people who want to buy one and get the software first, which is the reverse logical order, but you can do whatever you want. And we have the Ledger Nano S. I select it and click continue. Choose your PIN code. Connect the Ledger to your computer. Press both buttons to begin, and that's what I'm going to do now. And press the right button to select configure as new device. Configure as new device, yes. Choose a PIN code. Okay. Press left or right button and both buttons to validate. Okay, and I choose a PIN code. And the two buttons, and I'm going to record this on my webcam, just wait a minute. There are usually, not usually, but they are so straightforward and simple to use. You just have to tap the left button to decrease the number from 1 to 9 and use the right button to get closer to 9. And when you press both buttons, you're going to have the equivalent of the OK or the accept button. So it's that easy, really. And I guess the pin code has 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 digits, which is pretty hard to hack. I'm not sure if I should show you the pin code screen. I have to set a pin number, a pin code. This should focus much more easily. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 digits. This should be something which is easy to remember, but also hard for others to guess. You should not input your birth date or something which is obvious. You should not put the same digit. You should not put something which is common and others should know about you. Just make up something that you can both remember or write down and is actually hard for others to guess. We're going to return to the other screen so I can set my pin. So let's say it begins with a 9, but you're not going to know that for certain. Now I should grab a piece of paper and write down at the same time. Let's see where I have a pen. You also have to confirm the pin code once you input it. And that's a very wise decision, as you can mess up and write down in the wrong way. So here we go. Can you hear the clicks? Then it says that you should write down your recovery phrase. And I guess this is what you call the seed keys or the mnemonics. This is where one of these cards comes in handy. You got it in the box and it's a recovery sheet. You write on the back every word and they are showed on the screen of the ledger, and you have words from 1 to 24. I'm not going to show you any of them or tell you exactly what words I have, so you have no way to hack into my Bitcoin wallet. At the fourth step, you are told to confirm your recovery phrase. And I guess this is a way of testing that you wrote down the right words. And on this recovery sheet, which you're supposed to hold close and never lose, you have to write down all the words and then you get checked to see if you got them all right. And just to tease you, here are my words. Just kidding. I wouldn't expose that. But as a way of making sure that nobody can ever take away this from you, if you're going to use it, never hold it in the box which came with the ledger. I guess that's very, very, very bad security. As when you see this in somebody's home, you can be sure that there is a chance that they have this, which is a recovery sheet, but you should never hold this in the box and find some other place which is safe and which you think is safe, where nobody else is going to look and nobody else that you don't want to find it will actually find it. So be careful. This whole autonomy invention in which you're in charge of your own money, that's complicated. Not everybody can do it, and you should be very responsible with your money. So now let's follow the steps. I did do this, I did input the PIN, I did save the recovery phrase. Did you choose the PIN code by yourself? Yes. Did you save the recovery phrase by yourself? Yes. Is your Ledger device genuine? Well, I have to confirm my recovery phrase first. Confirm word number 1. You have to play a game of yes or no. This is fun. Oh no, actually you're supposed to double tap. So when you find the right word, you press both buttons. I was not used to this. This is not the kind of interface which I usually use. So I'm going to show you one, which is believe. And I can tell you that it's not the first word. And I have to look through all these words which are written in here. Find the one which is actually the first one and then double tap. Word number 2. Oh, do I have to confirm every one of them? This should suck. I mean, I'm not being ungrateful. I received this for free as a gift. But it's time consuming to do this. I guess it's more secure. But with mobile wallets, usually you get asked what is the 12th word and what is the 5th one or something like that. So it's arbitrarily a matter of checking. But I guess Ledger has taken this a step further, and that's fine, I guess. But this takes time. Are these in alphabetical order? Because that would make it faster. But I'm not sure. I just press buttons. I guess when you get a ledger, you have to get used to pressing buttons. Okay, number 5. Please don't judge me for taking so long. This is going to be so boring to watch. I actually picked the wrong one and it got me back, so let's pick the wrong one once again. It says recovery word does not match. And you're taken to the old screen. This is a slow process, it takes some time. But I guess security deserves to give this time to. It's a good cause. Number 10. I'm actually curious to see how many times you can get it wrong before they break your device. That's an interesting experiment that I'm not going to do right now. I guess this is also a way for you to check, as obviously this is the purpose, but you get to correct the words if you wrote them down in a wrong way, as in maybe that you have a word like house and you have written mouse because of this display, which maybe does not have the best font to display words, or maybe you have a typo as in cocoon and you write it as cocon and you get it right with all the O's. But I'm talking too much, I should finish this. This is also good practice. When you use a ledger for the first time, you're slow with the buttons, but when you get asked to confirm 24 words, that's actually something which takes some of your time and helps you master how you press the buttons. And it says processing. Come on, process. Your device is now ready. Okay, so now I press check now. Connect and unlock your Ledger device. Okay, so it says press both buttons to continue. Install apps on your Ledger device using the instruction at start.ledgerwallet.com. Not sure if it focuses. Now it verifies if it's a genuine ledger. Allow ledger manager. I'm not sure what that is. Can I press no? I'm not sure. I'll just say yes. Like Taylor Swift in the song Love Story, when she says it's a love story, baby, just say yes. I just said yes to ledger. Okay, my ledger is genuine. Continue. Password lock, which is optional. Set a password to prevent unauthorized access to Ledger Live data on your computer, including account names, transactions, and public addresses. So now I covered my face and my hair. I can set a password. Let's see. Okay, so this is secure. I can just type stuff and you're not going to see it. It's going to be Crypto Insider is an awesome website. And as a way for you to see this, I'm going to press, yeah, Crypto Insider is an awesome website. It's where you should be getting your news. It's where you should read op-eds, and it's where you find in-depth reviews of products. And I hope this is not the first and the last time when this happens. I hope some people will send more devices so I get to test them out, or not necessarily me, but one of my colleagues. So let's put a random password, which I can remember. Let me write this down next to my PIN number. Okay. Now I click next or continue. So, bugs and analytics. Share anonymous data to help improve Ledger. This is a bad idea, I guess. But it's good that you help improve the product, but if you want absolute anonymity and privacy, then you should not opt into these. So, I don't know what to do. I want to send reports to help Ledger fix bugs. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how much this will be used as a hardware wallet. I just want to store some bitcoins in it and forget about it, like Donnie Brasco, and say, forget about it. Enable analytics to help Ledger understand how to improve their experience. I think I will just not use these. Not that I'm too much of a cypherpunk, but my device is ready and I install some apps on my device and access the portfolio. So open Ledger Live. Let's see what happens. Trade safely. Before sending and receiving crypto assets, educate yourself to make informed decisions. Crypto assets are volatile and the prices can go up and down. Carefully evaluate your trading goals and the financial risk you are willing to take. This is a nice disclaimer. I got it. Install apps or add accounts. Open Manager. Let's see. Connect and unlock your ledger. Navigate. So I have to install the apps separately. So this is useful to know. I'm not sure about the storage that you have and how many you can take at one time. But what I can see right now is that I have the firmware version 1.4.2. I have to update to 1.5.5, and I think that's a wise idea, especially in the dawn of all that scandal with wallet.fail, which was a big presentation in which they showed how you can tamper with hardware wallets if you have physical access. And Ledger has promised to come up with an update for it. And it's processing, just so you see on the device itself. It says it's processing. Updated firmware version 1.5.5. So I have to confirm if I want to run the update, and I press this button and I type in my PIN code. Okay. I'm getting fast at this. But sometimes I miss it. Let's see. I get it absolutely accurate and right. And now it's booting. Okay. Says update. What do I do now? Updating, press left button and hold it while you reconnect the USB device until the process screen appears. Okay, so I disconnect the cable. I press the left button and hold it and reconnect. So I should show you this. This is the ledger. I should drop the pen. This is the ledger. I hold the left button and I connect this. And it says bootloader. Okay. Bootloader updating. MCU updating. Firmware updating. If asked on device, please enter your PIN code to finish the process. Okay. And here it says processing. It was quite interesting to walk through all this process. And I guess I'm going to install an app and maybe transfer some Bitcoin on the ledger. Not much, just small amounts, which I guess a broke news writer from a crypto website can actually own. Maybe I can show how you can transfer some Satoshis, which I hold in my mobile wallet, which is actually Green Address by Blockstream. It's my wallet of choice. Not that it's the best on the market or anything, but it's a very competent one for iOS, which doesn't have Samurai. I don't think Wasabi wallet is available for any kind of mobile. I type in my PIN number. Let's see what the network fee is. I guess it'd be a bad idea to transfer in the next block. So I can just input a small fee and see if there's any kind of confirmation. But I have a confirmation for an update for the firmware. Connect and unlock. Oh, I have to input the PIN number once again. So each time the device restarts, I have to put the PIN number. And I have to get fast with these buttons. I should find some very good background music, like elevator music, to fill in these moments of awkward silence where I just press buttons. Install apps on your Ledger device using the instructions at start.ledgerwallet.com. That's what it says. As I said, I like about this that it has the kind of design which can blend in. You're not really standing out. It looks just like your USB flash drive. And if you want to bypass security and you don't want to be asked questions at the airport, you just carry this, and unless they see the logo of Ledger, they're not going to guess. Nobody's really going to look at this when it's shut down and the screen is dark. So I should install applications. Right now it says settings on the screen. And what else can I do? Connect and unlock your Ledger device. I just did. Navigate the dashboard, allow Ledger Manager on your device. I like the menu, so let me show you how it's used to navigate. So you go into settings, you press both buttons, you have display, you have security, you have device, and I cannot read from my screen, it's assistance. And then quit app, which is the obvious choice in this case. I just get out. So it says connect and unlock your Ledger device. I just did. I'm not sure what's wrong in here. Open manager. Maybe I should unplug it and plug it back. But that's going to require another registration with my PIN code. This is tedious. Oh, I missed it. Can you hold it? Yeah, you can hold it. You don't have to press all the time. You can hold, which is a nice touch. So in the PIN code, you can just hold. I'm not sure if you can see the numbers changing, but this is a very nice touch. It just proves that they had much attention to details. So I get account. I'm not sure what's going wrong right now. What am I doing wrong? Maybe I should restart the application after the firmware update. It used to work just fine before. It's interesting how in the interface you have some recommendations for websites where you can buy crypto. CoinHouse, Genesis, ChangeNow, TorSwap, Changely. Oh, this is like the new Shapeshift. And you also have the OG Shapeshift right here, which requires KYC right now and has its own token. Maybe I should try this one more time. I close the application. I'm going to open it once again. So I have Ledger Live, which is opening right now. I type in my password. And I'm back. Let's see. Go to the manager. I see that it's working right now. I'm not sure what was wrong. Maybe the application itself needed to restart. This was strange. Right now I don't have any apps on the Ledger. So I only have the settings. Come on. And when I press any buttons, it doesn't switch from it. But if I want to install apps, I get Bitcoin because it's the most important and the only one which I hold proudly. I guess most of the other ones are just coins which I received or which I traded at some point but no longer own. It's not like I have very small quantities. I'm no whale. I'm not a rich man. Don't start asking me for donations because I might actually need them. Successfully installed Bitcoin. Let's see what's going on right now. So I have the settings screen. Then I have Bitcoin, and let's see what happens when you open it. It says use wallet to view accounts, settings and about, and quit app. Use wallet to view accounts, but I don't have any accounts, and I guess that's what you do in this interface. It's interesting that each time you log into an application and then you get out, it checks the integrity of the software, so it hasn't been tampered. Interestingly, in this interface it shows Bitcoin as if I have to install it once again, but it's actually installed as far as I know. Well, let's see what it says. Maybe that the application is much more functional on Windows and Linux distributions such as Ubuntu or whatever. Oops, that's already installed. So the interface should be fixed so that it says installed when you check it. But it doesn't matter. It's not like I'm going to use it for something else. So I choose a crypto asset, Bitcoin, and the real one, not cash or gold. Continue. Device. I wait for the validation. Navigate to the Bitcoin app on your device. Okay. And I hit continue. It's synchronizing with the application. Bitcoin 1. Okay, whatever. It's not like I care too much about the name. Account successfully added. No, I don't want to add more. This is all I need right now. So I go to my account, it's Bitcoin, and I hit receive. And it's checking the device once again to make sure that I open the app. I verify the address on the device. Please verify that the Bitcoin address shown on your device matches the one on your computer. I hit verify. And this is the address to which you can send me Bitcoins if you ever want to, if you feel like donating to this cause of doing in-depth reviews. I guess it's pretty much the same. If you take a look right here, it says perv, PRV, DAG, CK, like Louis CK, SQM, square miles. I should stop looking into this. Okay, so I copy the address, I guess. But if I want to send, I'm actually going to use my mobile phone, which is right here, and I have a mobile wallet. And you can see that I have this very nice Super Mario theme on my iPhone. Hope you like it. And let's say I want to send $100 of Bitcoin to my Ledger. I go to transactions. If you get to try Green Address, it's a very nice application. Nice implementation of the wallet. It's developed by Blockstream. Let's see, amount. I should speak in Satoshis, right? Not dollars. So it's 0.028 Satoshis. And I don't really want instant confirmation. And I scan the QR. Like you always do. Watch me taking a selfie with the QR scanner. I just scanned this. Let's make sure I put in the minimal fee possible. And maybe it's a good idea to check to see what the average fee on the network is right now. And for that, I type in Bitcoin network fee calculator. I should put something which is average, but not too much. I don't want to overspend right now. I see that the average, I'm not sure I'm on the right website. But let's see what the default one is. Review and send. You get to see my face right now, but I should be in this interface. The fee is 15 cents. Let's see if I can make it 8 cents or something, which is a little more than half. I should speak in sats, I'm sorry. So if it's 4,174 sats, then I'm going to make it 2,100, let's say. Okay, it's a very small fee. And I'm going to send a transaction. As you get to see here. And I send $100. Actually, the Blockstream wallet has a two-factor authentication, which means that you get an SMS and an email when you make any transactions from it. It doesn't make it much more safe, and it's not like these features cannot be ever hacked, but it's still an extra layer of security that you get to have on your mobile wallet. Right now I'm waiting for the email. And the code is and it's sent. Hopefully it's not confirmed yet. Let's see if it says anything in here about pending transactions. How do you close this? See, I'm not sure if the interface on Macs is optimized to its maximum potential. Maybe I just use this on the ledger. I press the buttons. Oh yeah. It says, oh no. Should hit retry. I just sent a transaction and I don't want the money to get lost. I lose $100. Let's hope that it's the same address. SQM 3DAG CKUAO. Okay, I'm relieved. I'm supposed to press the right button. I'm happy that I've made this mistake of pressing. I've actually pressed the left button to not confirm the address, but that's insane. I shouldn't have. I'm not used to the controls yet. Use wallet to view accounts. I just quit the app, I guess. I've sent the Bitcoin to this address and I close it. Well, let's see if I have anything showing up, if it syncs or something. I'm pretty sure that the validation will take some time, unless I bump the fee, which I don't really want right now. This is made just for testing. Okay, there's something. received. That's all. Okay, this is nice. I've received my Bitcoin and they are stored on my ledger. So I guess this is the entire process and that we walked through it in depth. I have done the whole review of this device. I've unboxed it. I've used it for a small transaction. I've installed the app. And now you know what my public key is, just in case you ever want to send me anything. I'm going to keep this in absolute safety to make sure that nobody ever touches it. And thank you very much for watching. If you have any other similar products which you want me to review for Crypto Insider, you can send me. And it's painful to watch how the price goes down, and I actually have less money, but it's actually the same as 1 Bitcoin is still 1 Bitcoin, so I shouldn't worry, right? Let's see how I close this. So thank you for watching. This was quite a pleasure to review.